Welcome back to the channel Gadgets for Gentlemen. In today's video I'm going to finally unbox the Timex Marlin 34mm. First of all, a wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing my Casio G-Shock M5610. I purchased this watch on Amazon from this reseller called Rubicon. The seller is located in United Kingdom. I'm very excited about this watch. There's this paper outer box. Then we have this black Timex outer box. And inside of that outer box there is an inner box. Now here we have it. This is the inner box. It reads Timex, and here we have the watch. We have some elastic bands right here holding the watch, and also there is something here. There is something to pull it out. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe there is some paperwork, warranty papers underneath. I'm not sure. We have the Timex tag. This is the reference number. What I know is the full name is the Marlin 34. Now, as we can see, some protection for the crystal. And this is quite handy. I think just a tab to open the plastic. There's some more plastic, as we can see here on the case. Let's remove it. And there's some plastic on the front of the crystal. So let's have a look at the case back. It reads hand winding movement. It is not indicated what is the name of the movement. The watch is produced in 2017, or the model dates back to 2017. I don't know. We are dealing here with stainless steel case, water resist 30 meters. I think we have the reference number again on the case back. Timex calls this the Timex hand wound 34mm leather strap watch. The color black. I think the color black refers to those three hands that are black, as well as the leather strap that is black. Stainless steel, referring to the stainless steel case, and I also think stainless steel buckle. And the second part of the title is called silver tone. And the silver tone refers to the silver tone dial with that sunburst. And it's pretty hard to see in this light, but I think these hour markers, they are also silver tone. Black natural leather strap with a crocodile texture. That's how Timex calls their leather strap. So this is a cow or calf leather strap. But they call this a croco pattern. On some of the articles that I found online, some people argue that this is more of a lizard pattern and not so much a crocodile. Timex says that this watch is suitable only for hand washing or accidental splashes of water. It is not suitable for swimming or diving. Timex calls this a polished case. I agree. No brushing, just high polish. And on the website it retails here in Europe for 199 euros. Right now there's also a discount code of 15%. So this is a 1960s reissue, and it's called the Gentleman's Standard or Classic Size. The silver dial in some of the light conditions actually looks more champagne. The retail price is about $200. I also found this watch on Amazon for the American market, and you can also find some great deals. The watch features a manual winding movement, but it is not indicated by Timex what kind of movement it is. Some argue that it is the Seagull ST6 with 17 jewels. I saw some video where someone opened the case back, had a look inside at the movement, and it is actually marked Timex, and it reads 20 jewels. It should have 36 hours of power reserve. The movement should allow for hacking, and it vibrates at 21,600 beats per hour. What we can see right here is we have a minute track all around on that dial, which I think really adds to that legibility. We have drilled locks, which allow for easy strap changes. The only thing you need is a spring bar tool. We have 18mm lock width, so that is a very nice size. Should be fairly easy to find leather straps with an 18mm lug width. We have acrylic crystal that is domed. Because it's acrylic, It might scratch, although it does not break that easy. And when you have some scratches, you can use this product called Poly Watch to remove scratches on the crystal. We have some sunburst on the dial, as you can see. It almost looks like from the center there is some light shining out, going outwards all over the dial. Really nice effect. Black hands, we have 3 hands, so we have the hour, minute and seconds. Very legible, and as you can see, the minute hand almost reaches out all the way to that minute track, which I like. Also the second hand, same applies, so very legible. No date complications, so very symmetrical. We have 34 millimeters in diameter, 10 millimeters of thickness. We have a non-signed crown. So one of the nice things about this watch is it really has a timeless, classic, elegant and understated look. A big difference to, for example, watches like the Tudor Black Bay with a 39 millimeter. Fantastic watch, but really adds a whole lot of weight, thickness and diameter to the wrist, especially compared to, for example, your Omega Seamaster with a 42 millimeter case diameter, 13.7 I think in terms of the thickness, 20 millimeter lugs. Reason for buying this watch for me personally is to use it as a dress watch when I wear a suit and black shoes, and have something very sleek that I can even fit under my French cuff, my dress shirts, because as you can see when you look at this watch is very, very, very thin. I think when you measure it from the back of the case to the case here, I think it's only 6 millimeters, and then there's about 4 millimeters for that crystal from the top to where it reaches the case. So and it rounds off a bit. So I think this really much slides under your dress shirt. It looks nice with a suit. I think for more formal attires, I think if you pair it up with a brown leather strap or suede leather strap, it could also be a bit more casual. But definitely with this black leather strap, I think it makes a great dress watch for a very low price point. I found that the watch movement, I saw some images, actually looks quite nice at this price point. So it would be really cool if there was a way to see that movement. Because it is a hand winding movement, it's quite nice to see actually what's happening with the movement when you do some hand winding. So it would be nice if it was possible to have a version with exhibition case back, so you could see that movement. One of the watches that I'm thinking about, for example, is the Seiko SNK 809 series that have an exhibition case back, and it's really nice to see a movement. We have a push and pull crown. The weight is about 30 grams. We have Arabic numerals that are really 50, 60, 70 style. It's really cool. We have a luck to luck distance of 41 millimeters. We have a snap case back. As you can see with my 6.3 inches wrist, I am in about the 4th adjustment hole, which means if you have larger wrists, you still have a lot of space on this particular watch strap. We have 2 keepers, as you can see. One is fixed and one is adjustable, as you can see right here. And this works really nice. So I argue that this watch, although it's quite small, it's actually designed or made for a bunch of different wrist sizes. And as you can see here with my 6.3 inches wrist, there is quite some excess material of that strap. So I argue that this watch is possibly even designed for more like a 6.5 inches wrist. But if you have smaller wrists like myself, then maybe it's also nice to just throw it on an aftermarket watch strap without that huge excess material here that is just flopping around. I think it's actually quite a nice watch strap. I think the Timex buckle could have been a little bit more understated. It's quite large. It could be a bit more subtle. What do I mean by subtle? I mean by subtle, for example, this Hirsch leather watch strap. That buckle is just way more elegant compared to that big chunk of metal. I think it would have been even better, more elegant if they added a buckle like this one. And of course this is made for a 20 millimeter watch strap, so in an 18 millimeter variant this buckle would also be smaller, but I think that would look even more elegant for this dress style watch. Other than that, I think it's a fantastic looking watch. So we are dealing with a hand winding movement. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to move the crown upwards until I feel some resistance. Then I'm going to stop hand winding. And at some point you probably should be able to tell that the second hand starts running. And this actually makes a very nice sound. I want to bring it to the microphone, but I also want to show you how that second hand just starts running. And I think that's a very satisfying sound, as you can hear. And now I can feel some resistance. So now I'm going to stop winding the movement. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the second hand to reach the 12 o'clock position, and then I'm going to pull out the crown to the first position. Then the watch movement should stop running. And then what I can do is I can accurately set the watch to the atomic time, although this watch movement is probably not very precise. So 1, 2, 3, and go. And now, as we can see, the watch movement stopped running, and I always move the hands forward. So I always go ahead in time, I don't go back in time. So there we have it. And notice how cool it is that usually we have our markers at the 12, 3, 6, and 9. And now we have Arabic numerals at the 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So this is a bit deviant compared to your regular dress watches. It's quite nice. That must be 40. So that is 41, 42. There we have it. Now I'm going to wait until my G-Shock is located at 42, and then I'm going to press back the crown. We have 59, boom. So that is some precise timekeeping for now. I also noticed, maybe this is my wrongdoing, but when I popped the crown, it seemed like the minute advanced with 1 minute. So now it is 40, 41, 42, 43. And I'm pretty sure I did align the minute hand to the 42 position. It seemed like it just jumped 1 minute ahead when I popped back the crown. I'm not sure if that's correct, but if it is, then that's a bit of a bummer. And here in this final shot, we have it together with the Tudor Black Bay 58 in blue on the left. I imagine people wearing this to the office. It reminds me a lot of the Madman series, Don Draper. I'll throw in a photo right here. Similar watches were worn by the actors in the series. I think it's a great looking watch, very thin. Of course, there are some downsides. I would prefer sapphire crystal, of course. Something weird just happened when I popped back the crown. The movement is 1 minute ahead of what I intended to do. Maybe it's me being clumsy, or maybe it is something with the movement. I'm going to change the watch strap for something different, because the watch strap for my wrist is a bit long. If this video was helpful to you, I hope it was, then consider hitting that like button, subscribe button. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, questions, remarks, leave them down below. I hope you have a fantastic day or evening, and see you soon. Take care.